When the Dali container ship struck the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, the deadly collapse triggered an NTSB investigation into U.S. infrastructure. The safety agency wanted to see if other bridges could be susceptible to similar strikes. About 2 weeks ago, the NTSB identified 68 bridges across 19 states that should conduct a vulnerability assessment. After the Key Bridge collapsed, an NTSB investigation found that it was nearly 30 times above the acceptable risk threshold for critical or essential bridges, a metric that was set by the American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials. The 68 bridges NTSB flagged were designed before ASH2 guidance was established and don't have a current vulnerability assessment. Now, the NTSB isn't saying that these bridges will collapse. It merely wants the 30 bridge owners to evaluate whether they are above acceptable risk levels. If the risk level is high, the NTSB wants the owners to develop and implement a comprehensive risk reduction plan. ASH2 created vulnerability assessment calculations for new bridges in 1991 in response to the Sunshine Skyway Bridge collapse in Florida. Since 1994, the Federal Highway Administration has required new bridges to be designed to minimize the risk of a catastrophic bridge collapse from a vessel collision. The NTSB found that had the Maryland Transportation Authority conducted a vulnerability assessment on the Key Bridge, it could have been proactive in reducing the bridge's risk of collapse. Neither the FHWA nor ASH2 can require a bridge owner to complete a vulnerability assessment for a bridge design before the release of the 1991 guidelines. The full list included below has some pretty notable structures, including the Golden Gate Bridge in California, built in 1937, the Sunshine Skyway Bridge in Florida, built in 1986, the Talmadge Bridge in Georgia, built in 91, the Leo Frigo Bridge in Green Bay, Wisconsin, built in 1979, and Chicago's Skyway Bridge, built in 1958. New York topped the list with 13 bridges, including the Brooklyn Bridge, which was built in 1883, as well as the Manhattan and Williamsburg bridges. Louisiana had the second most with 8, and 7 bridges were flagged in California. The NTSB has recommended that an interdisciplinary team of experts be established to provide guidance and assistance to bridge owners on evaluating and reducing the risk, which could mean infrastructure improvements or operational changes. I'm David Manti. This is Manufacturing Now.